They say that nothing in this world is forever, not even the things we hold most dear. Some body parts are like old friends you've outgrown. Take the appendix, a relic from a past life.
Back when our ancestors were dining on leaves and bark, this little organ was a vital co-pilot. But today, with all the delicious processed foods, the appendix is just twiddling its thumbs. When it gets angry, it's not a question of if it's useless, but when will we get rid of it?
Imagine a future. No more midnight scares, no more scars, just a smooth, uninterrupted life.
You might think you use your toes for important things, like picking up socks.
But our ancestors, they needed their toes for more than just looking cool in flip-flops. They needed them for survival.
Nowadays, our fancy shoes are keeping our feet so cozy and supported. Our little toes are getting lazier by the generation.
And the most action our toes see now is when we stub them on the coffee table. One day, way down the line, our descendants might look at pictures of our feet and wonder why we had all these mini fingers.
Did you know humans have a secret superpower? We can detect pheromones. Well, sort of.
We have this little organ in our nose. But imagine having a top-secret spy gadget, but the batteries are dead and the warranty expired 1,000,000 years ago.
Back when our ancestors were still rocking the caveman look, this little organ was a pretty big deal.
We figured out it's probably easier to just ask someone out on a date rather than trying to sniff out their pheromones.
For those of us who do have this little organ, it's like having a rusty old car. Sure, it's there, but it's not going to get you very far. Ever get those goosebumps when you're cold? Yeah, those tiny bumps on your skin are the erector pili muscles at work.
Back in the day, when our ancestors were rocking some serious full-body fur, these little muscles were pretty useful.
Now, they're about as useful to us as a comb is to a bald man. We get them when we're scared, but it's not exactly saving us from a tiger.
Who knows? Generations down the line, getting goosebumps might just be a cool thing our grandkids read in history ebooks.
This little bone at the bottom of our spine is a leftover from our ancient ancestors who actually had tails.
As we evolved and started walking upright, the tail gradually disappeared.
Now it's just a small reminder of our evolutionary past. A simple coccyx, not really pulling its weight.
Sometimes, very rarely, babies are born with a vestigial tail. It's just a small, fleshy growth, a ghost of our past.
This little guy is like the appendix of your arm. Just hanging out there, not really doing much. Our monkey ancestors probably used it a lot when they were swinging from tree to tree.
But unless you're planning on giving up your smartphone and moving into the jungle, you probably don't need it anymore.
In fact, doctors have already started using the Palmaris longus in surgeries if someone needs a tendon replacement. It's like having a spare tire in your arm. These guys show up late to the party, so there's usually no room left for them.
Our ancestors needed these extra chompers to grind down plant tissue and raw meat because they weren't dining on smoothies and soft serve.
But today, our diets have gone through a major overhaul. We're babying our teeth so much that we don't really need these evolutionary leftovers anymore. Our jaws have gotten smaller too, because we're not spending all day chewing tough foods, which means there's even less room for our wisdom teeth.
So these days, more and more people are being born without wisdom teeth, a small but significant step towards an easier future.
You know how some animals, like cats, can move their ears to listen for sounds? Well, humans have muscles for that too.
They're called the auricular muscles, and they're the reason why some people can wiggle their ears, but most of us can't actually use them. Scientists think our ancestors might have used these muscles to help them locate sounds in the wild.
But as we evolved, we started relying more on our eyes and less on our ears. But it was just safer that way.
Now, the auricular muscles are pretty much just vestigial. which is a fancy way of saying they're useless.
In fact, there's even a world record for the fastest ear wiggler, an impressive 99 times in 30 seconds.
So while our furry friends are busy listening for sounds, we're stuck relying on the TV and our own awkward attempts.
So, you know how we have these air-filled cavities in our skulls called sinuses? For most of us, the only time we even think about them.
Some scientists think they're there to humidify the air we breathe, like a built-in facial sauna.
Others believe they make our skulls lighter so we don't topple over from the weight of our big brains. And some of them believe they might play a role in our immune system by producing mucus to trap bacteria and other germs we breathe in. But for most of us, the only time we even think about our sinuses is when they get infected and cause us pain.
Some researchers think they might be slowly disappearing, a small price to pay for a lifetime of comfort.
In fact, a study found that people with smaller sinuses tend to have fewer sinus infections.
But don't start celebrating just yet. Even if our sinuses do disappear, it's going to take a really long time.
As we move forward, we shed the parts of our past that no longer serve us.
Some for a better sense of direction, some for warmth we no longer need. We left the tail for our balance, and the arm muscle for our freedom.
And we traded painful teeth for a softer smile and a greater sense of peace.
So what does it mean to be human? Is it our hands, our feet, our brains?
What do we lose when we evolve? The quirks, the useless little reminders of where we came from? Are these disappearing pieces part of a greater design? Are we on a path to a more perfect form?
The future is coming, whether we are ready for it or not.
He is the product of thousands of years of change. He carries the ghosts of our past with him, but only as a memory.
Our bodies are just a stepping stone to something more. The journey continues. We let go of the old to embrace the new.
The evolution is complete, and the form is pure.
These are not losses, they are triumphs.
Our story isn't over. It's just beginning. A new chapter of humanity, written in the stars.